Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, please do so below now. And if you've never watched me before, you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Rachel. My YouTube channel is all about spirituality, the law of attraction, positive thinking, and becoming our best selves. So if you clicked on this video, then you're most likely on your journey, on your path to finding your purpose or your passion in life. But ultimately, what does that mean? What does it mean that we're searching for our purpose, we're searching for our passion in life? What it truly means is that we're searching for happiness. We're searching for something to fill our lack, our void, our negativity. So everything I'm going to talk about in this video is all going to come back to finding our passion, but there's also a few other things that I want you guys to know and to keep into consideration when thinking about how you can find your purpose, how you can find your passion. So finding your passion has to completely do with finding yourself. We all have two main aspects to ourselves. The first one is, of course, our physical bodies, which we use to basically go about our everyday lives. Our physical bodies, that's what we all know about. And the second part of ourselves that we have is what people would refer to as our soul, who we truly are, that has no limits by the body. So all the stuff that's going on in our minds every day is not purely physical, it's energy, it's metaphysical, and that's what people refer to as our higher self or our soul or our essence. It's who we truly are without all the baggage, without all the negativity or the limitations of the physical body or mind. So in order for us to find our passion, in order for us to tune in and understand what we came to do in this world, we need to tune in to our essence. We need to tune into the higher consciousness and our higher self, which is not connected to our body's desires. So think of our minds and our bodies as two separate entities. So what does our body desire? Our body desires instant pleasure, instant happiness. So the nature of being a human being, of being in this physical body, is that we all have desires, first of all to be happy, but we all have desires specifically for instant pleasure, for instant happiness. Don't worry, I'm not gonna say that you should not have desires, because that's completely not the truth at all. In fact, we should all have huge desires. The only time desires become an issue is when you're desiring something for only yourself, when it has nothing to do with bettering the people around you, when it has nothing to do with improving others' lives or making a difference in this world, even if it's in a small way. If it's for the sole purpose of you having a desire to receive for yourself, that's where chaos comes into our lives. I'm not going to be saying that we should not have desires, but I'm going to be saying that we should not give in to those instant gratification desires, because those are ultimately just for ourselves, which means it will turn eventually into chaos. When it comes to the body, short-term instant gratification, that's when it becomes short-term fulfillment. And it's okay to have desires. We all desire to be happy. And what everyone does in this world to get that happiness is individual for each person. For whatever form you take that as, we all want it instantly. That's why people are taking drugs to get instantly to that place. People are getting into toxic relationships because they don't want to wait for the right one. They just want to get into that relationship. Those instant desires end up leading us to chaos. As human nature, we will do anything it takes to get to some level of happiness. So whatever that means to you, even if that means you have to suffer from it later, right? Like how many times have we gone back to bad relationships, even though we knew it was gonna hurt us later, but we wanted that instant happiness. We wanted that instant acceptance and approval. If that happiness is hidden behind an addiction, a toxic relationship, a bad habit, we all do things to get that instant happiness. But if you want to understand what your passion in life is, what is your purpose, what is your reason for being here, you need to tune into something higher than just your physical desires. So what I'm trying to get us to think about right now is not that we should not want happiness. Of course we should. We all desire happiness, but it's about what we're gonna do to get to that happiness and working to eliminate those instant impulses for short-term happiness. If we want ultimate success in what we do and we want to find our passion, then it simply won't be done by chasing the short-term happiness. Point blank period, that's how it works. Our passion is a part of our essence. And I will be explaining exactly how we can listen to our essence and what we can do to tune more into that, but I'm just kind of explaining the differences right now. So when people say that they don't know what their passion is, what that really means is that they can't hear their true essence. So if this is you, just realize that it's not you that has a problem. It's just that the aspect of you that tells you your true desires in life is a little bit more muted than the voice of our ego that runs our body. Now, something about the ego is that it just wants instant happiness. It's the ego that wants the instant gratification. It's not our essence, it's not our souls. It wants it now. It doesn't care about anyone it's going to hurt on the way to get it. It's going to get it no matter what the consequence is. And you will get it, but there will be consequences. It's the part of ourselves that clings on to superficial things and puts ourselves above others. It's the part that acts selfishly, the part that is conceited, the part that has greed, that has hatred, invites drama, and pretty much every single bad quality that we possess. None of those things are a part of our true essence. It's not a part of us. Yes, it might be attached to the body in your perception, but it's not who you are. Now, every single person in this world has an ego. In fact, everyone has a different aspect of ego, but the ego is actually so necessary to have in this world. There's a reason that there is an ego, but that's for the scope of another video. Right now, let's focus on passion. But with enough practice, we can work on removing the layers of our ego one step at a time. And by doing this, we will ultimately reach a much higher state of happiness. The first step we want to do is we want to identify the voices, because now we know there's two, right? Now we know there's the good and we know there's the bad. Now, how can we identify which one is which? Because let me tell you something. The ego voice, it is full of logic. It will make sure that it makes complete sense to you. Because otherwise it wouldn't be a game. It wouldn't be the game of life if it was so obvious what was our true voice and what is a part of the ego. So which is which? The answer is that any part of you that seeks instant gratification, any part of you that is reactive in a situation, that's your body. Now, sometimes the body wants something that the soul doesn't want. For example, let's say we're in a relationship that's toxic. Now, our body wants to keep going back and going back and going back, but that voice in our head that says, why did I just do that right now? I've been telling myself I'm not going to do this, but all of a sudden I just did it. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? That is the physical, that is the ego. That voice, that intuition that says you shouldn't do this right now for your best good, you gotta trust it, because that is the voice of your soul. That is your higher self. You kind of have those thoughts that are in battle with one another. You know the situation will bring chaos into your life, but in that moment, you don't care. It's your reactive nature. That's all of our reactive natures. In the moment, we don't care. And that is a huge barrier stopping us from connecting with our higher self. Our soul is the intuition. Our soul is the positive self-talk, the clarity. Every single good quality we possess is a part of our higher self, is a part of our true self. So understand that we can choose to connect with that voice rather than the voice in our head that is negative self-talking on us, and realize that that's a separate entity to you. That is not who you are at a core level. Second way that we can do this is by meditation. I'm talking about whatever form of meditation you want to do, whatever it means to you, however you connect to the voice in your head, do that. When you meditate, you allow your higher self to speak. You can gain a much clearer ability to tap into who you truly are rather than your ego and your negative self that you seem to encounter with every day when interacting with people. people, because it's in those moments of you being one-on-one with you where you can decide what your passion is, what you came to this world to do, and what you have to offer. Because if you're here right now, if you're on this earth, you have something to offer. You have a specific spark of light that absolutely nobody else in this world has. Yes, you have negativity. Yes, I have negativity. Every single person in this world has negativity, but the purpose of it is that we can realize our true potential and practice transforming our individual negativity. Any situation can be turned from a dark one to a light one by the power of our minds. And the more we listen to it, the more it will be there for us in our lives and support us through our journey. Because listen, we live in a physical world with physical restraints and limitations. The only way we can control this is by shutting out the world for a moment, getting into a zone where you can connect with you, removing yourself from the situation, viewing it from a higher perspective, and tapping into that higher self. The part of you that knows the truth, the part of you that sees the situation as it is, rather than how our ego decides to portray it to us in a negative way in our minds. And the third step we can do is to explore the world. Be excited for new experiences. Because the only way we can know what we're passionate about, what our purpose is by exploring different things. What makes our soul feel good? What is not draining? What makes us feel like we are sharing a part of ourselves in a way that's fulfilling? Because like I said, if you're striving for short-term happiness, you'll get that short-term happiness, but in the long term, you're gonna be in chaos, you're gonna be struggling, and you're not gonna have ultimate fulfillment because you're gonna have a lack inside that you're not living out your purpose. This all comes down to knowing who we are, to breaking through our limitations and understanding that we are so much more than our physical ego wants us to believe we are. We are so powerful, and if we could tune into that voice of our soul more often in our everyday lives, we would have no lack. So what makes you stand out? And remember, it can be more than one thing. It doesn't have to just be one passion, one purpose. As you grow, your passions, your desires, everything will grow with you. Because as you evolve, especially as you evolve spiritually, your desires will change. Your passion will change. So keep an open mind. Don't be so fixated. Have trust in the process. Have a relationship with your higher self. And everything is beautiful. Everything will be great. Everything is good. Everything will be good. So if you guys got anything out of this video, please leave a like down below. Subscribe as well. You know the drill. I hope this resonated with you guys in some type of way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.